David Menzies for Rebel News here on Parkside Drive in West End, Toronto, just south of Algonquin. And wow, talk about deja vu all over again. For the 7th time in just 10 months, the speed camera that used to be mounted here, remember the extra strength speed camera that would be theoretically impervious to being sawed down? Well, on Sunday, it was sawed down. That's 7 times in 10 months. And get a load of this. Earlier today, as in the wee hours of Tuesday morning, across Toronto, 16, count them, 16 speed cameras were also sawed down, or however these things are removed. In fact, just en route to Parkside Drive, I came across one of the fallen soldiers, if you will, on Bayview Avenue, south of Post Road. Here, check it out. Well, folks, what a bloodbath last night in Toronto in terms of speed cameras. I was on my way to Parkside Drive to rendezvous with Avery Armstrong, and lo and behold, I came across one of 16 other speed cameras that were cut down in the wee hours of the morning. This time, it was the one on Bayview Avenue, just south of Post Road. It is incredible. It leads one to believe this must be more than one individual. This must be a coordinated gang. But imagine that, 16 cameras sawed down in the space of just a few hours last night. Incredible. Now, it is truly amazing. Clearly, more than one person is involved. Either that or this one person is a real busy beaver late at night, kind of like a Toronto Batman, if you will. And despite what all the King's horses and all the King's men are doing to prevent this, well, the beat goes on. If you look a little further south, there is a Toronto Police Service camera mounted on a light standard. Yeah, only in Toronto do you have a camera filming another camera. And also, earlier this year, a citizen mounted a trail camera here in High Park, and it did capture what appears to be somebody with some shenanigans on his mind. Not a good look, though. It was night. The person does seem disguised. But that clarifies my theory that this is a vandal's paradise, if you will. The person is obviously coming through High Park, through the brush, to the street, and using probably a construction tool that can take down one of those steel poles within a minute or less. Now, here's the thing. I've been monitoring talk radio. I've been looking at social media. And as much as Mayor Olivia Chow is furious about this, as much as Chief Demkew of the Toronto Police Service is carrying on like he's cutting a wrestling promo, we're going to get you. Well, you know what? The vast majority of people, they don't consider this person or persons to be vandal or vandals. They consider them to be a modern day Robin Hood, saving the beleaguered Toronto driver from, well, what is in effect a hidden tax? That you're driving down Parkside, you get dinged when you go only 5 kilometers over the speed limit, which, by the way, has been reduced here to 40 kilometers. This should clearly be a 50-kilometer street. So the people are speaking, and what's more, the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford, speaking. He couldn't be more polar opposite than Mayor Chow on this issue. Check out what Premier Ford had to say just earlier today.
They should take out those cameras, all of them. If you want to slow down traffic at school, you put the big, huge signs, big flashing lights, crossing area, people will slow down. This is nothing but a tax grab. I've driven by speed traps, aren't even close to school areas. It's nothing but a tax grab. So, you know something? Hopefully the cities will get rid of them, like Mayor Del Duca did in Vaughan, or I'm going to help them get rid of them very shortly.
And you know, folks, as much as Doug Ford has been a colossal disappointment, if you're a conservative, much like a broken clock that is right twice a day, Ford is right on the money. This is a hidden tax. And really, if this was all about safety, as Mayor Chow says, why wouldn't you put speed bumps on Parkside Drive? Now, don't get me wrong, folks. I hate speed bumps, and Toronto is the speed bump capital of the world. But the difference is, with a speed hump, you are getting 0.0 in revenue, and this camera, in just part-time operation, has so far generated more than $68 million for the city of Toronto. Just one camera here on Parkside. That's what it's all about. So as we move forward, what is going to be the reaction of law enforcement? Are they going to go into the woods in camouflage garb late at night and staking out the vandal the next time, presuming there is a next time the speed camera goes up? You know, I wouldn't put it past them. Toronto is suffering the biggest crime wave of its history: sexual assault, homicide, car theft. But you know what? The police have their priorities straight, at least when they take their orders from Olivia Chow. It's all about the revenue, isn't it? That's what prioritizes things in Toronto. Now, folks, how's this for a sidebar story? The Parkside Drive camera, well, that is out of commission yet again, seventh time in 10 months. But look, the gravy train continues. This is a police officer. I think when he saw us, he retreated to his cruiser. He's doing radar enforcement here at the corner of Parkside Drive and Spring Road. At least I assume he's doing radar enforcement at Parkside Drive, because every once in a while, and folks, I swear to God, I am not making this up, the police come to High Park and they use their radar guns not on cars, but on bicycles. If you are exceeding the speed limit in Olivia Chow's Toronto on a bicycle, a human-powered bicycle, not an EV one, well, the long arm of the law, they're going to nail you. So again, please tell me that this is not all about revenue collection. Please tell me that this is not about a secret tax. Well, not so much a secret tax, but a hidden tax. You get the form in the mail several days later. But incredibly, within a couple of days, they haven't organized putting up yet another speed camera here on Parkside Drive. So we'll go the old-fashioned route and use a human being with a speed gun. Unbelievable. He says he's working. It looks like he's texting. Oh, well, I better not push my luck. Exit stage right.
I mean, like, I do understand if someone's going crazy on the road. It's important that we do stop them. I don't think they're doing it in the right ways. And also, like, going 15 over the limit, I don't really know who I'm putting in danger here. I know the officer is just doing his job. It's not his personal choice, but yeah, I'm curious as to what the angle is. It makes sense. Maybe it's financial.
All I know is I'm a little bit hangry right now. We're trying to get to a dinner reservation, and I was speeding up, changing lanes, trying to get around a bus, and 15 over, I don't know. If the camera was there, it would have just been a printed.
That's true. It would come in the mail later.
With less of a fine, and now we're not making it at all.
It's really nickel and dime stuff, I think.
Yeah, I'd be curious to follow a cop around and see, like, what they're actually doing. Like, if you go on the highways in Toronto, I think you'd be hard pressed to find anybody doing under like 120,
yes,
140. I know it's different in the 40 zone, yes, but like, you guys should follow the cops one day and see what they're actually doing. There's no way they're doing under 50 on this road.
Right.
So I don't know whose safety they think they're putting. Like, there are pedestrians here, but the cars are going definitely above like 60 all the time. So
yes. And what's more, clearly Doug Ford has sent a message today. He wants these speed cameras gone, as in everywhere, as in forever. So because the municipality is a creature of the province, he does indeed have that power to force Olivia Chow to take those cameras down. So I'm going to make an appeal to Chairman Chow. I'm going to channel Ronald Reagan back in the 80s speaking to Mr. Gorbachev. And it's this: Mayor Chow, tear down these speed cameras. And if you don't, the people or the premier will do that work for you. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Yeah, folks, look at the atrocity here on Parkside Drive. A speed camera was taken down. Look how unsafe things are. No, it's not. This is all about a cash grab by the city, and it's despicable. But don't expect the mainstream media to cover this story in such a fashion. I know you depend on Rebel News to tell you the other side of the story, folks, but the fact is we need your help. Could you please go to rebelfieldreports.com? That's rebelfieldreports.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation so that we can continue to tell you the other side of the story.